Hey, this is Leo for Actualized.org, and I got a question for you. Do you ever feel like you have a ton of untapped potential, but you just don't really know how to tap into it? Like your life was meant to be about something great and positive and making a big difference and impact in the world, but that you haven't really been able to fulfill that dream of yours. Maybe you just got stuck, or maybe you didn't even find what it is yet. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lost. Or maybe you just got sidetracked by the realities of life, by family life, by friends, by what society's been telling you to do, by college, by an easy career that's been making you relatively comfortable, but hasn't really been quite what you wanted. Or maybe you feel like you've had a dream, but that dream has died and that you've had to settle. Or maybe you feel like the job that you currently have isn't exactly what you envisioned for yourself. Maybe you feel it's like a waste of time and that you should be doing something greater and that your true values aren't being honored right now. Well, if you resonated with any of those, then you're probably coming from a position where I came from, which is where I struggled for a long time to find my purpose. And I've been able to find it, and then I've lost it, and then I found it, and then I've lost it. So I've gone through the ups and downs, and not only is it about finding the purpose, I found that the biggest challenge is actually having strategies and techniques for staying on purpose and making sure that you execute. Because all of us know how to dream, all of us can daydream, all of us have big ambitions, but in the end, what are you actually carrying out in your life? The fact is that you have so much more potential in you than you're realizing. It's insane. Your potential is almost unlimited if you really think about it. And when you think about it, what is holding you back from tapping into that full potential? A lot of people will come up with excuses and say that it's stuff like a lack of money, a lack of resources, a lack of support, a lack of this, a lack of that, a lack of opportunity. But let's be real, that's not what is stopping you. What's stopping you is a lack of resourcefulness and not having the mindsets that you need to be successful. Because there are people out there that have million-dollar businesses. There are people out there that are living exciting lives. There are people out there that are doing what you would dream to be doing. And the only difference between them and you is really how they think about it and the action that they took to get it there. So what is exciting for me is figuring out how to create exciting lives for other people. Because I've struggled so long, so many years, figuring out how to create an exciting life for myself. And at some points, I figured that I know exactly what I should be doing, and I went out there and did it. I spent years doing it, got my dream job, and then found out that, this sucks. This is not really what I wanted. It's not exciting. It's not fulfilling my deepest values. And that's because I didn't know that much about myself. And that has been a big learning curve, steep learning curve that has taken me years to kind of get through. And that's still something that I'm evolving. So life purpose is not something that you figure out once and for all. It's something that you evolve over. And you have to always struggle and come up with ways to stay on track with it. So that's what I'm about. That's what I'm here to do. Is I'm here to help you create that exciting life that you've always dreamed of. I'm here to challenge you to step up and take a lot of action, because those high quality emotions that you get, like excitement, that feeling of being energized and alive and inspired and motivated, to me those emotions are priceless, and I love figuring out ways to get more of that in my life. So what can you expect by working with me? Well, what I'm talking about is not just like a 20% increase in your results. I'm really excited about working with people that want to get a 5x, a 10x, a 20x, a 100x improvement in what their life is like, the quality of their life. So quality of life for you might mean different things. It might mean financial success, it might mean fitness goals, it might mean a certain level of feeling in your body and excitement, that eagerness to jump out of bed in the morning, maybe a feeling of high consciousness and awareness and connection with the world. Or just making a certain big impact that you want to make, or getting a certain level of status or prestige out there, and becoming famous, whatever it might be. That is what I'm thrilled to help you get, and to give you strategies for doing that. That's really the point of this site, is to give you a lot of free resources for showing you how it's actually done, not some sort of magic pill technique or technology, but the real process of how someone goes about creating something massively successful, creating extraordinary success, and creating an extraordinary life. So by working with me, you can expect some of the following. Really total clarity about the purpose in your life. We want to give you strategies for moving forward. We want to give you mindsets to be much more resourceful and create that kind of easy discipline and effortless motivation that it takes to accomplish big things in your life. We want to help you discover any hidden potential within yourself and really push it out, because it's one thing to know about it, it's another thing to actually get it out and realized in the world. We want to get you to have the courage to take action towards maybe that dream job that you've been contemplating, that dream project that you've always thought you should be doing but you haven't. All that stuff is something that you can get by working with me. What else? Productivity, creativity, time management. If you're into creating things in your life and creative expression is important for you, then coaching can be really useful for that. We really want to drive you to take a lot of massive action and do it in an effortless way where you're not grinding through. So that's another benefit of the coaching that we do. And we specifically coach around that issue. You're also going to get a lot of personal growth that would have otherwise taken you years. Coaching is the fastest way that I know to get a lot of personal growth advancement really quickly. So if you're into self-development, if you're into self-mastery, coaching is, especially the type of coaching that I do, is very much the fastest way that you can go and get those gains. You're also going to get a lot of expertise from me. I've literally probably studied over $100,000 worth of self-development material, from books to seminars to videos and everything in between. And I've really, that was already golden material. And what I've done is I've distilled all that down even further to get just like the juicy nuggets that are specifically applicable to the issue that we're talking about here, which is creating that exciting kind of life where you're on purpose. So all those challenges, and there are many of them on this journey, getting on it, staying on it, and getting to the kind of results that you want. I've spent a lot of time studying that, training on it, coaching a lot of other clients, doing a lot of self-observation because I faced all those issues myself, and also talking with a lot of clients about the issues that they have and helping them and getting a lot of third-hand experience through them. We're also going to create a lot more balance in your life. So for me, a successful and fulfilling life means a holistic life, a life where you're happy in all areas. That means whatever the important areas are for you: work, family, health, fitness, your social life, your personal development. Any of those areas, we're going to make sure we're going to look at them. We're going to make sure that those are all coming together for you in the way that you want. We're going to develop solid long-range plans for you. That's something that I love to do, because for me, this is not about just talk and theorizing and philosophy. This is about getting your inner game dialed in, which is a very tangible thing, despite the abstractness of it, and then getting your outer game dialed in. So making sure that you're out there, you're taking action, you're taking steps, and the kind of plans that you have laid out for you make it very clear what steps you need to be taking, and also hold you accountable. So we lay out specific goals for you. And then really, as a coach, what else I offer is a lot of encouragement, a lot of support, a lot of ass kicking to make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing and holding you accountable for the stuff that you say that you want to do. So as you're going through this process and you're getting this stuff, really, to me, the value of it all is how you feel. It's not even what you get. Because you can get financial success. You can get the fitness goals that you want. You can get that body fat percentage that you want. You can get the car, you can get the house, you can even get the family and that job that you think you like. You can get all that, but you can still be unfulfilled. In fact, I've come from that place. I've had the dream job. I've gotten financial success. I've gotten financial independence. And let me tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be if you don't have your inner game dialed in, because it's not what you get externally that is ultimately getting you the good feelings that you want. What kind of feelings am I talking about? Well, really, it starts with excitement. For me, if we can capture everything in one word, it's probably going to be excitement. That feeling of energy and aliveness that you get when you know that you're on purpose and you're having a big impact and everything is going your way. You get a sense of confidence with you. You get a sense of power, that you're able to control the world, in the sense that you're able to control your world. The things that you think in your mind, the things that you dream, the things that you visualize, you're able to manifest and put out there. And those things are positive and help people and help you in return, because they lead to financial success, freedom, and all the external rewards that you want. By no means am I saying that that's not something worthwhile to pursue. So that power that you get is amazing. The confidence that you get when you have a life purpose that you are really in tune with. Because what we're really doing here is we're aligning your whole life. We're going to clarify your purpose. We're going to clarify what you want, what you don't want. We're going to clarify your weaknesses and your strengths. And when I say that, it might seem kind of basic, like, well, I kind of know what I like and what I don't like. Not really. You'd be surprised how much people don't really take the time to think about that. And when you do, decisions become easier, motivation becomes more effortless, you get more engaged, you start to ignore opportunities that are not important to you, and you start to really take on the ones that are. You start to be able to prioritize your life so that you're not always overwhelmed because you're not doing everything under the sun, you're just doing the stuff that you know you need to be doing. So don't dismiss the fundamentals. The fundamentals are 80% of your results. So we really take a look at all those fundamentals, and these are probably things that you haven't really even thought about consciously. You know, when have you taken an hour or two to really think about what you like, what you don't like, what your values are, what your purpose is? For a lot of people, they haven't done that. And even if you have vague, hazy notions of it, it helps to clarify those, because once they're clear, your motivation starts to come through. Decisions start to become easier, all that stuff. So the feelings that we're talking about here are what's really important. Other stuff is that you're going to feel, we want to help you feel successful and accomplished, and that comes about by getting the results you want. It also starts to come about just by putting you on track. So it's not necessary if you're pursuing a long-term goal, like if you want a certain amount of money in your bank account, it might take you months or years to get there. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a magic pill technique that I'm giving you. But by putting you on track with that, you're going to start to feel the feelings of excitement and success and confidence. Those will come to you immediately. You don't need to wait for years to get that. Also, you're just going to feel inspired and motivated. Usually from every session, the client comes away excited. I come away excited because for me, it's exciting to get other people excited about what they're doing in their lives. And we're going to get you optimistic and positive about your future. If you're not positive about your future right now, then there's definitely something wrong. Stuff is not in place the way you want. You're either suffering through things you don't need to be suffering through, you're grinding through life, you're not enjoying it, you're not aligned with your values, something is amiss there. So we want to get you feeling very positive about your future, so you think that every day that's going by is you getting stronger, you getting more powerful. And finally, the kind of feeling that I love, and this is kind of like a high level thing, is really getting your mind focused and centered. So you have that high consciousness feeling of taking action, executing, really being proud of the accomplishments and being proud of your life, and feeling like you're very well equipped to take on the challenges that are come. Because challenges will come, I can guarantee that. The question is, how resourceful are you? How well equipped are you to handle them in your mind? What are your reactions going to be? And if you are, then you're going to be able to stay on track. So that is what I'm talking about here with coaching. How do you get started? Well, if you still have more questions, take a look at this page down below. See all the information. You can see my rates. You can see what I coach around. You can see the types of clients that I like to work with. But generally, what I'm offering right now is a 50-minute session. It's a free coaching session with no strings attached. It's a full session. That means this is not just some sort of little teaser type of talk. You get full coaching on your issues revolving around life purpose, whatever those may be. We're going to really dig into it and take a look. We're also going to spend some time explaining what coaching is and what coaching is not, setting up the logistics for the call and for how the whole process works. So if you're new to coaching, this is a great way to find out if it's right for you. That's really the purpose of the session, to find out what's right for you. You're also going to get a lot of value. So don't think of this as just promotional. In fact, I don't really spend any time in the session upselling you. I just coach you, and if you're getting value from the coaching, I just trust that is something that if you want to continue, you'll see the enormous value of it, and then perhaps we can work together. Now, one caveat is that I don't hire and I don't take on all clients. I am really looking for people that are excited to tap into their full potential. So wherever you are on that path, whether you're just getting started and you're feeling kind of lost and stuck, or whether you're already feeling like you're on track, but you're just not getting the kind of results that you thought you might get, and you want more out of what you're doing with your life, then that's someone that I want to work with. Then I really want to work with you, and I want to make sure that you're someone who's going to take action and pull through. Because for me, I don't get excited by giving someone a 20% boost in their results. I get excited, like I said, with those 10x, 20x, 100x improvements where people are transforming their lives. That's why I got involved with coaching. That's why I love this stuff. So I encourage you to give me a call. or shoot me an email to start scheduling that 15-minute sessions. I have limited slots in my schedule to do these, so do ask and make sure that that I have availability, and jump on it while I have free slots. And I look forward to talking with you on the phone, getting to know you a little bit better, and seeing how we can help improve your results dramatically. Also, you've probably seen this website here, Actualized.org. Make sure you use all the resources that are here. Most of them are free. You can take a look at all the amazing videos and articles that I have coming out every week with first-hand experience of my journey through the same kind of challenge and issues that you guys have been having with creating the kind of awesome life that you want, making that kind of big difference that you want, and getting that kind of excitement that you want out of life. So tap into that. If you find that useful, you can get more advice from me and more guidance from me on how to get that kind of result in your own life. And it's not something that you want to put off doing. If you're not feeling optimistic and positive about your future, then you want to start taking action right now. All right, this is Leo for Actualized.org. Peace out.